You can't have zombies, you know. And I teach also. I teach biology, and so I always get the question about zombies or vampires could it really be existing, and they don't know I write that about. I don't know how to bring that up. And you know, I said, well, think about zombies, and I go through the whole part of, you know, the body decaying, how it decays, you know. And so basically, said you never have to worry about zombies. Really, you don't have to ever worry about zombies. They can't exist.
I want to take your biology class. Today we're going to talk about zombies.
Really, what about vampires?
Now vampires, you know, I mean, but you know, you look at the, you know,
Just give them the werewolf.
blood, you know, the proteins, you know, hey, just, I'm not going to get biological here, but you know, it's just, and so a lot of people have trouble, you know, because they're applying a rational thought to a fictional element. I mean, you know, and it cracks me up, like when they're talking about how people write at other people, you know, and superhero fans might drag on somebody that likes Twilight or, my daughters are old enough, I don't know what Twilight is exactly. I mean, I know what it is, it's a big thing. But it's vampires and werewolves together, right?
And they sparkle.
And I know they sparkle.
I'll explain it to you later.
And so, you know, they make fun about these vampires, you know, sparkling, you know, and yet they follow the superheroes. I mean, come on, right? You know, right.
Well, does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask the guys? Yeah, you want to step up to the mic?
We don't bite.
If you're not going to bite.
Gary bites.
I will chew.
Slowly.
I'd like to read a comment first. Bill, is it? No, it's not your name.
Bunn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cullen.
Cullen, okay. I read the entire Mortal Iron Fist series and the issue you did, and I really liked what you did because it was a horror book, but you were true to that character. That out of all the characters of the Kung Fu people, like that was not a regular, you know, action beat 'em up kind of character, you know. And I thought you did a great job with that, so I'm sorry if people didn't.
Well, no, some people loved it. I got a lot of bad reviews from people who really wanted an Iron Fist martial arts story.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, and I was one of those people who really loved the martial arts of the books, but felt that you were true to the character, and that's what was really important about the story, I felt.
Yeah.
So, anyways, thank you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll be picking up the 6-gun today. I'm ready.
And one special thank you.
I'm a young guy hoping to get into comics sooner or later. I've written some stuff. I'm working with some artists. Guys, just
Don't
get
do
it. Don't do it. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. We're discouraging.
But do you guys have just any general advice? Like, I know online comics is a very
I can
affordable way to get into that now.
I can totally feel this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Dirk Manning's going to do a plug, and go figure. I know. I do a column for Newsarama called Right or Wrong, WRITE, and it's just ran 66th column, or maybe once a month. I tell people I started with nothing. The fact that you have artists right now, I started with less than that. I mean, finding artists for a lot of people is the hardest part. The irony is a lot of people like to draw horror. I do a column in Newsarama called Right or Wrong that talks about me starting with not even so much as an internet connection with in my own home, and having to go to my parents' house to like see my own work online. And now, you know, 9 years later, whatever, you know, my third horror graphic novel coming out through Image Comics this Halloween. So I mean, all these guys, you have a wealth of experience up here, but I'll just say real quick, you know, read Right or Wrong at Newsarama, or come see me at table E3 later at the show. I'm only here till 3, but then I can, you know, tell me to find it, but I'll let you guys talk to you. But that just talks all about me as a writer, just starting from nothing and building my way up.
Yeah, it's being a publisher at Cower, and we published 1,400 different issues, and a lot of creators that are working today. If you're writing, just write what you want to write. Don't try to shoehorn it into what you think is going to be popular, because you know you can read and you can tell the passion's there. I mean, it's so obvious to an experienced editor. It's so obvious that the passion's there. And if you're writing just to try to get into if you want to write like Captain America,
I think that one's been done, actually.
What's that?
I think that somebody's did Captain America. I heard that somewhere.
But you just write what you want to write, and then if you're talented, people realize. I mean, for example, Brian Bendis, he did 20-something issues with Caliber, that were, noir crime, and, before he took over the Marvel stuff. Ed Brubaker, he wrote about this slacker, that couldn't keep a job or a girlfriend, and then, he's out of Captain America. So, you write what you want to write, and you have the skills. If you have the writing skills, you can write anything, so. But you gotta keep true to yourself at the beginning. I know it sounds so cliche-ish, but, I mean, if you're trying to write for an audience because of sales or getting a job somewhere else, it's really evident.
Yeah, I would agree with what these gentlemen have said. I mean, it works differently for everybody. Everybody's story and their path is going to be different. And I can only, for mine, you're right. The biggest trouble I had was getting an artist. I mean, I've been writing prose forever. That's a whole different beast. But when I started really trying to seriously get into comics, finding the artist was my biggest challenge. And then it was a matter of getting, once I got the artist and we got some stuff going through Oni, it's getting it in the hands of the editors you want to work with, maybe. And that's what I did. I put the Damned, which is the first book I did with Brian, and the Six Gun.
Awesome book, by the way.
Every editor I could find, and it's a matter of networking with them. And when I say networking, I'm not talking about going up and saying, "Hey, I wrote a book. Would you like to read it?" But actually trying to connect with them on a level that that shows you a common ground, common interest. Being I'll talk to editors forever before I'd ever say, "And I have a book. Would you like to read it?" It's almost kind of like making a friend in a way. It's just it's getting out there and being someone that's interesting for them to talk to. And I'm a terrible networker. I hate it, but thank God the internet has made networking so easy for the networking adverse. Because Twitter, Facebook, those things are wonderful tools.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I got to say one thing, Raph. I just picked up the second Bob Howard, Plumber of the Unknown book. If anyone here has not read it or checked it out, you got to go check it out. Great work.
Thank you.
Great
We
work.
appreciate that.
That's Raph's brother, by the way.
Being here though, talking about this, I have not seen any of the work from the other three of you, and now I want to go out and check out everything that you three have done. I just wanted to say that. And
You will not be disappointed. These guys are stellar.
I've heard about Deathroll, heard many good things about it. And I just want to say real quick, Raph and I have talked once before recently about experiences that you've had at conventions that could be kind of scary. We're all horror fans here. So I know that Raph has had a couple experiences with fans that came up to him and kind of scared him for a couple minutes maybe. I just thought that we'd add to the festivities here and maybe have the other three talking about that. Maybe something you would experience or run into. I'm going to sit down and listen.
Thank you very much. I don't feel on the spot at all. When I was writing on Hellstorm and fighting against Marvel, trying to convince them that there can be a Judeo-Christian hell in the Marvel universe, and there can be a Satan because they've been doing it for years. I did a signing in a store, and I think the first couple of issues had come out. I only wrote a couple of issues. There was a gentleman who looked like John Brown. I mean, long, flowing, silver hair, beautiful beard. And he came to the store and stood in front of me. He said, "Very nice to meet you." I said, "Thank you, nice to meet you." He says, "So you read the Devil book?" I said, "I read a book about the son of Satan. Do you believe in the devil?" "I believe in God." "Then you must believe in the devil." "Yes." "Why didn't you write a book about God?" Because Marvel didn't ask me to. And actually they didn't ask me to write a book about the devil either, but I want to do it. And that was really frightening because this was a very imposing man, and I thought he's going to kill me. And it's a Marvel book. I mean, how much horror can I put in a Marvel book? You know, you got to slap that goofy little stamp in the corner, you know, to say this is good for all ages. So I had that happen. Let's see. Oh gosh, what stories did I tell you, man?
That would be it.
Yeah, no, it was pretty frightening, and it's actually happened a couple times. I don't think it's the same guy. He may have shaved. I don't know. This was years ago. But yeah, people can get really rabid about. This is again, keep in mind, this is like 15 years ago.